Hey, my creators. Inside my January 2026 trend report, I highlighted one category that continues to perform strongly in the digital product space. That's digital planners and trackers. In 2025, this category remained one of the most consistent performers across marketplaces because people are actively buying tools that help them organize their lives, manage their goals, and stay focused. Digital planners and trackers sell year-round because they solve a daily life problem, not a seasonal one. People are constantly starting new goals, new routines, new businesses, new budgets, and new personal projects. So every one of those moments creates a need for structure and clarity. When people feel overwhelmed or ready to reset, they look for tools that help them take control. And that is why this category continues to sell time and time again. Everything I share today is connected to my Creators Club. I'm so proud of my club, and I'm so excited to tell you about it because inside, members get access to my live Canva workspace where all of my Canva templates, Google Drive links, prompts, images, product layouts, and creator tools live in one place. So instead of starting from scratch, you can plug and play into a system that helps you create faster, design smarter, and turn your ideas into real digital products, which turns into real income. So, are you ready? Let's go. All right, my creators. So what you're looking at here is a digital planner that I created. This is a PLR product and a done for you product. So it means that you can sell this product as is. You can change it. I would recommend always that you change something, at least the cover. If you like the cover, you can keep it the same, but maybe add some elements, something. You want to do something that makes it a little different from what you see on the screen. Because remember, if it's a PLR product, and for those of you who are new, PLR stands for Private Label Rights Products, which means that you have the right to sell the product. Now, there could be some stipulations involved. So whoever you buy PLR products from, you have to read the description that they give you because they may require that you sell it at a certain price. They may require that you change something like I just mentioned. So there are different things that you have to pay attention to legally. So you don't want to get yourself in trouble when you buy PLR products, okay? And done for you just means that it's done for you. So maybe you don't want to change anything. So if the creator of that product allows that, then you can keep it as is, okay? So I would just always suggest that you at least change the cover or the binder or something. So you can see right now, here's a binder and it's green, right? So let's start with maybe changing the cover. And one thing also that I would caution you to do is to duplicate the page if you're going to change something because you want to keep the original one intact. Now, it's not a big deal because when you buy a PLR product, you always have that link. However, some creators do only allow you to download the link, a certain number of times. Like if you downloaded it one time, they may not allow you to download it twice. So, and they may not state that. They should, but they may not. So just in case you want to duplicate the page. So we're going to do that by clicking on the double pluses right here. So let's just go up here to ours and we're going to change the binder. Let's make this black. And so in order to do that, I'm going to right click and I am going to detach the image because it's just a green photo that was input into that frame. This is a Canva frame right here. And I'm going to make it longer. I don't know how it got shorter. And I'm just deleting that green photo. All right. So now I'm going to go over here to photos and I'm going to type in, I'm not sure what we're going to make the cover as, but let's just type in black what's the word? Not vintage, but black textured paper. And you'll see that some of these have the crown on it. And for those of you who are new to Canva and don't know, the crown means you have to have a paid subscription to Canva in order to use those. And I generally teach from the basis of having a pro subscription because there's just so many things that you can do with the pro subscription, okay? But you can find things that are free, like this one. In fact, let's just click on this and bring it over. We'll use that one. Okay, so that's free. So now at least our binder is different. Okay, so now let's say we want to start changing the background. So I'm going to delete these pieces because this is not one solid background. This is pieces that are on here. So let me delete that. And we can detach this from the background. And we're going to delete this now. We're going to delete this one as well. Right now, we're going to leave everything else the same. We're going to go back over to the Photos tab and let's type in black and uh, gold paper. So you can type in whatever you want, whatever you envision your cover as being, you can do that, okay? And I'm going to try to stick to finding something free. So I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to bring it over, and then I'm going to right click and hit set as or replace background, okay? So replace the background. Now you can do several things. You can make the background lighter if you want, whatever you want to do. So let's keep it at 90, all right? Now here we can change this as well. This is kind of a pink or a mauve color. I remember my mom used to always love mauve. Okay, so let's change this to a gold color. Let's see. Yeah, we'll make that gold. And this right here, let's keep that color. I think that'll work. All right, and the transparency has been changed some, so we'll make it a little darker. And I think I want to match this one to this color. All right, so let's click on here and see what color. Okay, it's right here. And we're going to change this one to that same color. Okay, so now they match. Or I could have made this a lighter color, whichever, doesn't matter. These are hyperlinks, so you don't need to change the hyperlinks unless you wanted to go to another place. But that defeats the whole purpose of buying a done-for-you product because a lot of times when you buy PLR products, that's one thing that I typically do with my planners. I typically make them all hyperlinked. Most people don't take the time to do that because it does take a lot of time to do that. But I do try to link all of mine so you don't have to do that, okay? So now let's say I wanted to change the font on here. Let's just even this out. Okay, so if I click on the font box, I can change this to whatever I might want to change it to. Let's change it to this Levant. All right. And what it's going to do, you notice on the bottom on the left-hand side right here, it says change all. If I click on that, it will change all of the fonts that are connected to this font box on every page, okay? But I don't think I want that font, so I'm going to undo that. And I'm going to make it another script, and it's going to be kind of a small script like this, so it'll fit just across the top like that. So let's find another font for that. Right now it's Benedict. Let's make it, this is called Alex Brush, I believe. Okay, no, I don't want that one either. I want something small. Yeah, okay, let's make it this. This is just for teaching purposes. If you don't like that font, you change it to whatever you want, okay? So now let's click on Change All, and it's going to change all of the fonts like this on every page, okay? So if I scroll down, you'll see even in our original page, it changed the font and it changed all of these fonts as well. Okay, so now let's go back up here and you know what? Let's move this out of the way. So I'm going to click on my grid view. And when I click on the grid view, you will see all of the pages at one time. So here are all of the pages. And this planner, by the way, once it loads, you'll see is actually 56 pages in this planner. So it's a nice size planner. All right, so here are all the pages. And what I want to do, I want to move this one out the way. And while we have this open, you can see how um, every element on each of the pages kind of matches the cover, right? So you don't have to do that. You can remove that. You can do whatever you want. But I just like to do that, okay? So let's move this out the way. Let's move this down here. Let's move this here. And let's insert a page. Uh-oh, what happened to my page? Did it go back up there? Let's see, where's my page? Okay, it's down there. So let's insert a page right here because I want to keep this separate, okay? So now we can scroll back up and let's just click on our newly edited page, which would be page 1, our home cover, which is now black and gold, okay? So now when I scroll down, I don't want this rose like this. I don't want this uh, purple or pink rose. So I'm just going to delete that. And if you want it, you could, go to every page and just ensure that you deleted that rose because I believe we had them on every page. Here's another one, okay? So we're just going to go and delete that. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just showing you how you would do that. So you would go and you would delete it from every one of your pages that you wanted to edit, okay? So let's scroll back up and we're going to start working with a new element that we're going to add to match the cover. All right, my creator. So now you can see I'm at the top in the corner. I'm moving myself around according to what I'm showing you on the screen. So I needed to move myself out of the way so that you could see these tabs. So since we changed the cover, we want to change the colors of the tabs to kind of match as well. So I'm clicking on one of the tabs and you'll see that the color of it is mauve or pink-ish. So I'm going to click on the color wheel and I'm going to change this to black. Now watch carefully. It changed it to black, but you'll see down here in the corner, you have an option to change all. And we do want to change all so that it'll change it on every page. You don't have to go to every page and change it. So that is a lifesaver, a time saver for sure. So let's click on change all and it'll change that particular tab on all of the pages. Now let's go to this one. Let's change this one. Oh, the color wheel was already open. Let's change this to, the color that's kind of up here. And let's make it this gold. Okay. And let's change all for that one as well. So now we change all the labels or all the tabs for these two labels on every page in the document. All right, my creators. So now I am over on the Elements tab and I just typed in gold leaves. And I'm just going to click something here. You choose whatever you want, but I'm just going to click on this one and I'm going to make it somewhat smaller. And I'm going to put this, I didn't mean to move that. So let me choose undo. So let me move the leaf. And we're going to kind of turn the leaf some so that it is fitting on the page. Sorry about that. Didn't know my phone was on. Okay, so we're going to make this smaller. Now, these you have to put individually on every page that you want. You know how we had the pink rows on the other page or pages before we changed the background? So this, you have to manually put these on every page, okay? So let's do that. Let's do this. All right. So you get the point. This might not be the prettiest design, but you get the point. You choose whatever you want because this doesn't actually match this color too much, but you would find what you want and you put it on there, okay? Now let me just duplicate this one more time, put this over here and pull this over here. All right. Just trying to make it halfway decent for you. This is not the prettiest design, but, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my mouse and grab all three of these and I'm going to group them. And then what you do, you go to the three dots, you choose copy, and then you go down to whatever page you want and you would paste that on that particular page. All right, so now we're down to the page 20. This is January. And what I realize is this. This one, we have to detach this image because this is part of the entire image, okay? It's not an individual flower. So we are just going to kind of get rid of those, all right? And we're going to do this. Scroll down. Let's make this white. So we're doing some fun things here. We are just kind of playing around in Canva. Now I'm going to right click and choose paste. Okay, so there is my flower that we copied. All right, my creators, so we are finished with our design, and that took less than 15 minutes. And that was with me teaching, okay? So once you get the hang of it, it's so easy to do when you don't have to start from scratch, okay? So I'm on the grid view, and you can see that we changed all of the, we changed the cover, and we changed the design on the focal pages, right? We changed all of those. So that is wonderful. That is great. And if we scroll down, we can see all of our pages. So we have 56 functional pages. Now, this was our original page 57 right here. This was our original cover design, but we don't need that anymore because we have now created ours, right? So I'm just going to right click, or I'm not right click. I'm so used to saying that. I'm just going to click on the three dots and I'm going to choose delete page because I don't need that page anymore. So we've deleted that page. The one thing we have to do, the last page, we want to change this, okay? So we're going to click, double click on here and we're going to start editing this particular page. All right, my creators, thanks for hanging out with me. This is our last page of the planner. So this is the inside back page, and we want to change this to match our first page or the cover. So you can either make it just plain white, which I think I will do because our cover is a little busy. So I'm just going to delete this off of here. I'm going to detach this image from the back. And I'm going to trash that, and I'm going to trash this image and this image and this image as well. Let's trash that. Okay, now what I do want to make the same is this. We want to make this like, you know, our gold color that we had before. And I clicked on text. I didn't mean to do that. Let me click here, the color wheel, and let's make it our gold. There we go. And we are basically ready to go. So let me show you what this looks like once your customer would open this up. All right, my creators, so don't forget there's a certain way that you want to make sure that you download your file. So over here on the right where it says share, you're going to click on share. And what you're going to do, you're not going to choose a public view link. You only do that if you want to share it publicly. People cannot edit it that way, but if you want to give a snippet or something, you can do that if you want people to just see what the document looks like. But what you want to choose is right here, template link. That is extremely important because if you don't share it that way, what will happen every time somebody purchases this file from you as a link in Canva, if you don't save it this way, every time they edit the design, it's going to change your original design, okay? So you don't want that at all right? So you want to create the template link, and once you create that template link, you're going to choose copy. And once you copy it, Canva is going to confirm that the link was copied. Once you copy that link, you're going to put that inside of a document that you would then upload to Google Drive as a PDF, or somehow you would deliver a PDF to your customer, whether it's in Etsy or Shopify, wherever you decide that whatever platform you're going to use to sell your digital product. All right, my creators, before we wrap up, I want to share this from a place of support. What you saw today was just a little preview of what's possible when you use PLR and done for you or DFY products the right way. Not just reselling, but transforming them into something that feels like you. Inside my Joy Art Creators Club is where I go deeper. That's where I show the full process. How to upload your finished product to Etsy, how to create marketing flyers, how to use mock-ups, and how to build simple branding so your product looks polished and trustworthy. If you'd also like a space for inspiration, tips, and encouragement, I have a Facebook group where I share coupons, ideas, and behind-the-scenes guidance, and where you can connect with other like-minded creators on the same journey. This video was meant to give you clarity and direction. The Creators Club is simply where I walk with you step by step, so you're not trying to figure it out all alone. If you feel like you're ready for the next level of guidance, you're always welcome to join us. You can find all the links in the description and the pinned comment. Remember, the more we create, the less we hate. And I'll see you in the next video.